Wolfenstein 3D is considered the grandfather of the first-person shooter genre. FormGen would contact the company yet again with concerns over the violent and shocking content featured in it. And by the end of 1992, it was the top-selling shareware game for that year. Oh, and they added the entire Nazi Party anthem to the opening screen. Oh my! There's only one way to stop the madness. Needless to say, FormGen did not release the original Wolfenstein at retail. But before that, it did release a sort of expansion for Wolfenstein 3D a few months after the original was released for retail market. Spear of Destiny is the standalone expansion to Wolfenstein 3D, released 4 months after the base game on the retail market. Guess who finally decided to put their big boy pants on for this release? It would be created by id themselves and features 1 episode with 21 floors, 2 of which are secret levels and 1 is a boss level. In this prequel expansion, you play as BJ once again and are tasked with retrieving the artifact called the Spear of Destiny. Yes, the same spear that was used to pierce Jesus Christ at the crucifixion from the Nazis, which is a cool detail because they actually did get their hands on it during World War II.
The story goes that Hitler was desperate to make the spear his own.
So if you didn't know, there are actually 4 spears claimed to be the true Holy Lands. 1 in Rome below the dome of St. Peter's Basilica, 1 in Armenia, 1 in Krakow, and the famous one displayed at the Imperial Treasury in the Hofburg Palace in Vienna. Hitler was actually obsessed with this holy relic and was able to see it sometime before World War I in Vienna. It changed his life, and he was stated to say that he could see the future power he was going to obtain when he laid his eyes on it.
Hitler is said to have had a complete obsession with the spear, made a beeline for the Kunsthistorische Museum when the Anschluss allowed him to come in and take Vienna. One of the first things he did was to head to the museum and take possession of the spear.
Since there are 4 spears that claim to be real, I could just imagine how the conversation between Hitler and his generals would have gone to try and find out which one is the real one.
Es ist dem Feind gelungen, die Front in breiter Formation zu durchbrechen. Im Süden hat der Gegner Zossen genommen und stößt auf Stahnsdorf vor. Der Feind operiert jetzt am nördlichen Stadtrand zwischen Frohnau und Pankow und im Osten ist der Feind bis zur Linie Lichtenberg-Marsdorf-Karlshorst gelangt.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Mein Führer, Steiner
konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodl, Krebs und Burgdorf. Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer schickt Sie? Dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen! So weit ist das also gekommen. Das Militär hat mich belogen! Jeder hat mich belogen, sogar die SS! Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge!
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Nicht als Feiglinge! Verreiter, Versager!
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich!
Die Generalität ist das Geschmeiß des deutschen Volkes! Sie ist ohne Ehre! Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält! Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert. Es hat mir jeden nur ersichtlichen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt. Ich hätte gut daran getan, von Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin.
The problem is, it's certainly false.
It's of course absolute
nonsense.
So for the most part, everything is identical to the base game. Other than some new textures, Bobby Prince composed 7 new tracks and 5 new bosses were added as defenders of the spear. Transgross, the older brother of Hans and Gretel. Barnacle Wilhelm, the castle's jailer. Uber Mutant, Dr. Shaw's masterpiece. And the Death Knight, commander and final defender of the artifact. Once BJ picks up the spear, he is transported to Hell, where he faces off against the final opponent of the expansion, the Angel of Death, that wants to see if he is worthy of wielding the Spear of Destiny. So I actually forgot to mention how long it took to beat Wolfenstein 3D on the previous video. Episodes 1 to 3 took around 4.6 hours to complete, episode 4 through 6 was around 3.4, and Spear of Destiny took a whopping 2.2 hours, which from what I heard, Spear of Destiny is supposed to be the hardest content, and I beat it the quickest. I was even playing all this content on the same difficulty setting. Bring them on. Okay, I actually did it on Don't Hurt Me. Hey look, I'm new to these older FPS games. I have so much content to cover for the series, and I don't want to have to spend more time on a game than I have to. Look, at least I didn't go to the easiest difficulty, okay?
Listen, kid. I think you'd be more comfortable over at that place.
Oh, hell no, I ain't going there. What the fuck?
Oh no, sorry. I was actually pointing to the place next to it.
Okay, fine. I'll go through it and bring them on. The expansion itself would receive 2 mission packs. These are not included in the Steam release of Wolfenstein 3D. Only the original Spear of Destiny is bundled in. But from what I was able to find, these 2 packs were basically just copies of Spear of Destiny and were received poorly by fans. Only featuring replacement bosses, cosmetic and texture changes to environments and enemies that most people agreed looked worse than the original, and a storyline that was mostly the same for all of them. I can see why it was omitted from the Steam version. After you defeat the Angel of Death at the end of the game, BJ is teleported back to reality, where he is found unconscious in a grassy field and taken to an allied hospital where he tells of his tale while excluding any details about Hell and the Angel of Death, so he doesn't seem like he's gone mad. After that, you are shown a neat little cutscene of Franklin D. Roosevelt congratulating BJ on a mission well done, followed by an actual credit scene that the original didn't have. We might have ended this journey with a sigh of relief from escaping the underworld, but on the next adventure, we'll be taking the action to the demons on their home turf. See you in Hell.